Well, good evening, people. And it's actually quite a warm evening. I'll take it, because the other nights have been quite chilly. Really good frosts. Whoa. Anyway, I have loaded the last of the videos talking about the parallel arm gizmo, and very happy camper I am to have the issue hopefully resolved. I've deleted a whole pile of videos, all the incremental changes that I'd made. I deleted most of them. I left probably 2 or 3, plus all the other ones that led up to the solution. Of course, I also left. They're already loaded, so why not? But for it to be such an easy answer at the end of the day was quite relieving. It may not look pretty because it's just been filed. I just grabbed not a very sharp round file and elongated the hole that was there. I don't really think it needs to be that tidy because in the hole, but I was really concerned that the hole wasn't elongated, slogged out that way. But really, I don't think it's an issue, because that end there locates the rail in this direction, so it can't move up and down. And of course, the rail can pivot around that one sideways. So yeah, it could well be that I might trial it, in fact, drilling it out to say a 25mm hole, so it at least looks a little bit tidier. Anyway, we'll see about that. Now, that wasn't the reason I came out here, believe it or not. Well, that I am very happy with it. So yeah, it was actually to recount what I've done here, which is the half lap accessory for the mitre station. Now, I've covered it off, but I just wanted to go over again because I noticed that was one of the videos I deleted. And it turned out that when I was explaining it, I didn't have this thing pointing in the direction where my topic was being discussed. Having found, by way of making these half laps, and the accessory, the jig, and I found that the pads that I had, those ones there, weren't aligned. The holes weren't aligned themselves. And I was going, ooh, well, that's not permissible. So I've decided to remake it in one piece rather than 2 pieces and then pinning it in place. So this was a single board, as evidenced, as you can probably see there, when I wrote a measurement down, and I only cut it afterwards, once it was in place. So that in itself was a good thing. The accuracy is almost where I want it, and I'm quite happy to rebuild it again because it's going to be a straightforward process. But I did pick up a little bit of a glitch with my template. The top has got a little bit of a bump in it, which I don't know where it's come from. I've only just noticed it. But let me bring this over here. The top, which I need to push up against something, has got a little bit of a rock. It's not much, but I don't know where it is out, and I'm going to suggest that somewhere along this little section here there's a bump. So I'm going to have to chase that down, because it is what gives me my reference point for making the all the holes. So I'll push it up against a surface, mark, drill, etc. So yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. Could I flip it round like this and make the holes that way? Well, the answer is probably, but we'll see. Now, that aside, being able to put the holes accurately in the board allowed me to then make up one of these boards that allowed me to accurately pin it in place to allow me to put the aluminium box section onto that and the fence onto the aluminium box section accurately. So now, just by pinning it in place, which this is, it all fits pretty darn good. And when I tested the hole alignment, I was out by 0.4 of a mil here when I using 3 pins to do that alignment. So that meant that if it's 0.2 out there, 0.4 out there, it's only 0.2 either side of the line. So 0.2 of a mil, starting to, it's not bad. But I then shimmed this a little bit behind me there, in there rather, some shims. They are 1/10 millimeter shims. I had to put a few more than I thought necessary, but anyway, that now has been aligned pretty darn good. So it's pretty darn flush there, so that's good. I may just take a whisker of a bevel off there just so that when I'm running pieces through, it doesn't catch on the sharp edge. So it's all well and fine. Now, the bracket that I made, I've already explained. Simple bit of angle iron. It's got a block of wood. A hole had been drilled. Well, actually, a drill bit was put into it that was 3 millimeters, and I wrote that down on the block. And I've wrapped a bit of metal, like tin, around the angle iron. And this is a foot off of a piece of furniture, leveling foot, and that is my fixing knob. It screws through the angle iron onto the bit of metal, which means the thread of the knob there doesn't actually touch the melamine. I can do it up, give it a bit of twist, and then it's not moving anywhere. My half lap, once I've got my first cut, can be put in there, and I can make my cuts, and away I go. That has been such a simple solution to a problem that I had before when I was doing these half laps, that it really quite amused me and annoyed me at the same time, at how simple it turned out to be. Now, of course, I just stole the idea from router tables and bench, like cabinet saws or something, for when people are doing the box joints or finger joints. And I thought, isn't that basically what I'm doing here? So with very short order, and probably within about half an hour of me realizing that, I'd come up with the solution. Of course, I did run up against that problem, as I said. That meant that I had to remake the pads. But once I did that, everything started falling into place again, as it should. So now I can just take this off, throw it over there. I found a really, really expensive pin, and it's called a nail, that is 2.65 millimeters, which is the kerf of this blade. So for the cost of nothing, I can now swap this block out with that block there and set to for doing my half joints. The reason I've got this is just my theory, the different pin dimensions is that's the kerf of the blade. That's a little bit bigger than the kerf of the blade. That may work as a plus or minus. I haven't worked that out yet. For tolerance, maybe I want a tiny bit of wriggle room to allow paint or glue or something in. And I've got the different size pins. What I need is one below that, just in case I need to allow for the tolerance in that direction. So I'll look for maybe a 1.5 or something mil nail. So that'll get done. Also the issue is sometimes, as much as we would like to think, milling, if it's accurate, sometimes we wind up with something that's not quite what we want. And I'm hoping that the different size pins allows me and affords me that sort of tolerance both up and down. Still to be tried, because I haven't used this since I had made it. So yeah, I've been distracted with lots of stuff, one of which I've just been talking about, my parallel arm guide, and I'm really pleased with the direction that's going. So yippee. I had some other ideas using the PVC fittings. Still think that's a good idea, but anyway, we're happy with that. I've got a little bit of work to be done with these pads. They are for all sorts of purposes, some of which may or may not be used immediately. But it is also to be considered for use with the drill guide that we've got there. I may rebuild it again because I can, but what that does is I can put this wherever I want in the middle of a panel. If I can't reach it to make some holes, I can then put a pad down, this on top of the pad, and then, with the different pin alignments, I can make my new holes. So, yay. So that's a good thing. It's all coming together, you could say. So I've got a couple of other things that I want to have a look at. I'm kind of let one just about slip out earlier, talking about this and how I want to make something. Yeah, I'm keeping it close to my chest, but I want to make something here that will make use of the parallel arm guide in a manner that's not parallel. What's that telling you? Well, you'll have to wait and see. So I've got a little bit of a additional capability for this. I'm remaking that one to take care of a couple of little minor issues, but yeah. So that'll be good. Yeah, hey. So yeah, that's where we're at. Still need to get my storage unit underway. I'm holding off because I'm hoping to get some edge banding from a local supplier, but if not, I'm going to have to, do something a little bit more different. Anyway, happy. Got something coming up, a new jig. Happy. So basically, I'm in a better position now than I was just even a few days ago. So, yay. Okay, rightio. I'm going to go inside, watch a movie, hit the sack, and come back out here. Maybe start on the rebuild of these rails. We'll see. But, yeah. Right. Well, oops, sorry about that. Right, no, that's it. Oh, yes, and I've got to mount my vise onto a block that can be mounted there as well. Oh, okay. Well, you'll see all of this in due course in the next day or two. So, yeah, stay tuned, and, yeah, we'll cover that. Radio. We'll see you later now. Bye.